and you're good at them.
I like flatheads.
You like panheads too.
Okay, where do we leave off?
All right, we got some minor binding.
Minor binding. Okay, well, while Alan was out eating, I cut this back 15th thou, and I went over here and cut this back over here about 3. This is actually pretty damn hard on this side. So I got this side squared up too. So that should give me the clearance we need. I measured the old one, it was about 12 thou difference in them.
Oh, really? Well, there's...
But this cluster gear is a 1/8 inch shorter than the stock one, so it's all how the shimming goes. I just kissed this with the grinder a little bit. I didn't take off probably 2 thou. I wanted to smooth it out, make sure there's no sharp edges. So I stuffed this in there. So you can see how the dirt didn't go past right there.
Yeah, sure.
So I couldn't get the rollers out on the other side. So.
Okay, yeah, because they're behind that washer.
Yeah, they're in there pretty good.
Okay.
I'm gonna just do this here to make sure it's clean.
I got a feeling it's going to be perfect here now.
So now that's good. I gotta put this back together.
You didn't see anywhere where it was tight in there on... what do you think that hard spot that it was was?
I don't know what that
Or
is.
it went over that hard spot, remember?
I don't know what that is.
You didn't see anything on anything, huh?
Nothing sticking out, but it all has to do with probably something inside the ratchet mechanism.
Right.
It's hard to tell what does what. Well, that was good. They all dropped out. I tried to jam 3 in at once, and it just knocked them all out.
So did that guy send your parts yet? That panhead stuff? What else did you buy?
No, I haven't paid for it.
Oh, all right. Well, sounds like you bought more than that.
I'm always buying.
I'm always buying.
Nothing new there. There's a new clutch hub out there, and I brought another one from the house that I bought a couple months ago, 3 months ago, whenever it was. So I got 2 different hubs here if we need a hub. In case one's not good, I got another one. And then if you need a clutch basket, I have new ones of those.
Okay.
Dad has new ones, I should say. But okay, we're missing a roller here. But they just that loose. There's not enough room to put another one in there, so
Okay.
that's just how loose they are. Pitch diameter is real small, or real big in this case. Okay, so got you. Put this together. Oh shit! All right, rust break. Okay, what do I need here? Let's see, 930. We use this one. This is actually bigger, 936. Yep. Okay. These are 885, 883. We gotta get out to 936. So I gotta bore these out to 936. So they fit on this.
Can you come on this way?
Oh, I can go this way.
All right. You want me to come over there and film that?
Oh, I don't care.
We'll be back. We already...
So we gained 2 thou in our washers. So we got a couple thou extra clearance now. So these are the ones we're using. These are the ones I cut down. these used to look like this. So I bored the hole out. So now they fit on the main shaft. So these now sit on the shaft between the gears. This is the stock second gear washer here. So that'll butt up against these. And that spaces our gear way over. Okay, where's our mark at? Here's our mark. Here's our mark. Slides on. Okay. So these we're not using anymore. So that's two more custom washers there we got. Getting a lot of them custom washers on. Okay, so this is ready to go together again. If it'll fit. Okay. Okay, we gained about 18 thou maybe, or 17 thou on the clearance here. So somewhere between 17 and 20 I took off. We were negative probably 3 to 5. So we should have about 15 thou in play now. Maybe. We won't know until we get together though. So it should line up right about there. Good. Okay. So we should have everything in this one now. Washer's still in there. Okay, which one's being a problem? Lift up the cluster gear. Goes. Okay, we got our other washer in there where it belongs. The gasket's stuck to the paint, so it's being held in place now. You're good with that, aren't you?
Heck yeah.
It is drying out though, feathering up. They all feel out now. It's hard to get good effect here. Okay, we're still not final yet. We'll take it apart at least one more time. Hopefully we're one step closer. Hands are all greasy for some reason.
That stuff is sticky.
And the rag is gooey when you touch it.
Yeah.
More grease. Appear to have a greasy tranny.
Be just as smooth as silk.
It's going to work this time?
I'm thinking so.
Looks great, except it doesn't turn. Uh-oh, woke up Scooby. Come Scooby. Did he wake you up, Scooby? He's all
I think
happy
he's
for
ready
some
to
reason.
go home.
I think he's ready to go outside. Okay, so right now we're in 2 gears at once. Why's that gear not sliding like it's supposed to? Still a little snug, but not exactly free. Let's see what kind of clearance we got now. Yeah, I'm not getting anything extra in there. I think we're basically at 0. There's got to be something in there though, because it is turning. But I don't get anything to rattle back and forth. What are you doing down there, Scooby? Are you working the camera now? end play. So we need a little bit more end play. We basically got 0. It does rotate, so
You're close.
it's too close. We need some clearance. There is a spring in there, but I'm not feeling
How's the kicker work on it?
what's going on. We'll get our second gear end play in there. And shaft that way. We got those clearances, and we just don't have it here. We do have clearance on that, though. See how we got clearance on that now? So why don't we have clearance on the gear? Because it's the same. If I'm moving this in, that's taking the tension off the gear. Should be able to slide that thing over. See, it doesn't move. Looks like it's got clearance on everything. Weird. So most of your drag is in low gear, so if you put it in low gear, that's your hardest gear to rotate through. It's got drag in it, but it's just like it being a neutral, it's got some drag. Ah, damn fork. There's third. Forks won't slide over. Ah, stupid thing. Re-engage. Yeah, the drag it takes to spin in neutral is the same drag it has in gears. So. Alright, so it seems to be working. So we got in play here. That should mean I have in play in the cluster, even though it doesn't feel like it has any.
You can hear it though.
That's this counter shaft. We didn't have that before. That's what I put in there. See?
Right.
So the cluster gear hits on the bushing on this side, and the bearing race over here is the only thing it could be hitting against. And I'm able to spin that with my finger, so there, it's free spinning now that I can put clearance in it. So I know it's not hitting on that. So I don't know why I can't slide it back and forth. It should be able to slide it back and forth under that tension, because this has clearance in it, which is what the gear hits against. Yeah. So I push this in, it's still got no difference. So I'm not sure what that is. Oh, I see what it's hitting against. Right there.
What do you see?
Right over here. There's a shoulder on the back of the case right there.
Oh, uh-huh.
Camera. Right back here. Right back here is where it's hitting. Right there. You can see the mark on the tooth as it goes around. So the gap between the case here and the bushing out here is what's at 0.
Oh.
We have clearance in the counter shaft now, which was below 0. So we took care of that, so that's the next thing it's hitting on. So the fix for that is to cut the cluster gear down or cut down this bushing out here, which I'm trying to avoid doing. So grinding the outside of the cluster gear would probably be the easiest thing to do, but it's it doesn't grind very quickly like that. Alright, so all that movement we did on second gear, see how second gear is now lined up
Yeah.
with that second gear?
Yeah.
Low gear is lined up. I mean second gear, that's third gear.
It's all lined up nicely.
That
Yeah.
big gap in there matches the gap in this. And then the low gear way over here, it's sitting in a lot further than the cluster gear is.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we put that washer in there to shove it out. So that's when it's all, and high gear is all engaged. So only low gears doesn't have full engagement. It's got a decent engagement, but it's not full on. And it's probably flush on the inside of it.
It's pretty close.
So right now the problem we got is it's between that boss and the bushing here is we're tight. That's where we're tight now. So keep finding new areas to hit against. And I understand why it's tight because that cluster gear is a lot thinner than the stock gear. That's weird. Alright,
Back apart, huh?
so we got to figure out that. Now we got to figure out the mechanism up in here. Got to work on that. Got to get the shift forks in there. Where's your shift fork shaft?
They were new.
They weren't new, they were used.
Oh. Oh, okay.
That's used, unless you want a new one.
Well, I don't think,
Here's the fit. Something might actually fit. Where's your forks at? So one. See another one over there buried somewhere? I can't see it. Or is it this one? It's probably this one. You have one black one, one silver one?
don't know.
Don't know? Don't care?
I care, but I just don't know.
That would work, maybe. This one will not work. So this one goes over here. Yep, this one goes over here. Doesn't exactly move. Okay, that one works really good. There.
Mm-hmm.
This one not quite as easy to use. So it's going to continue to be a problem. See, it won't move.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to deal with that tight ass fork on the shaft. So I got to get that so it's nice and loose. It's not, you can't shift it. You can shift it one way but not the other. You can't push it back. You can go this way, no problem. See, this way it sucks right in, but this way it jams.
Why so, do you think?
Just the way it works. If you push down at the bottom of the fork, it's fine, but up here it just wedges it and locks
Yeah.
it. It doesn't have the room to come back that way. So you'd break the fork trying to make that move. It'll bend the fork. My military bike had that problem when I first put together. At 200 miles I bent the fork. had to take the tranny apart, and I took all that apart from this without taking the tranny apart. I did from the top, working right through the top down to the bottom, and pulling the fork in and out. I finally got the fix where it worked, but it was a problem I had. It was tight, so we have to get this dealt with here. So about the only way we can do it is you just have to put. You got to find out what's tight on there and just start filing it down, grind it down until it works freely. So that's our problem now, because it'll never shift. High gear will not shift back out of high gear. You'll be stuck in high gear once you went in it. Now when it's rolling, it might vibrate enough. It'll vibrate over, but it won't. You can't shift it. It's really hard to shift. Okay, so we got to deal with that. We got to deal with our end play right on this one a little bit, and then we go ahead and put together. So great. All right, let me get this all apart. We'll be back.
Getting a little closer. All right, we're working on the shifting forks now.
Yep, swapping it out. I'm done. Okay, so you gotta knock the lock tab off right here. Bend it over, then undo the nut. Chisel and hammer. That one now tight. That wasn't Tatro tight.
There is a Tatro tight too.
A lot of times you pull them off, they're loose. If you don't have a vise, you can do it inside the tranny by using the transmission to hold it. It's hard to get in there, but you can do it. Okay, now you got to pay attention how these go back together. So as they come apart, just lay all the parts out on the table here in the order they come out, and the height, the direction they came out too is important. The nuts are hollow on the back side, so keep them the same way. There's your lock tab. Stack of washers. The bushing. Make sure you keep it the same way, because it flips. It's not centered. It's offset. Okay, we got some more washers on here. See all the washers? Keep all them over there. Then you can pull the fork up. See, the fork's the first thing that went on. Make sure there's no washers on either side. Lay it down how it comes off. Make sure you match up the same way. See how this one looks that way?
Mm-hmm.
See, it's off. Goes this way. I'm still holding this the same way it came off, so see it lines right back up. Goes on. Stack of washers. Finger. More washers. That's how you adjust it. New lock tab. Make sure you put the titty down there where it belongs. Then you take your nut. And to adjust the offset, you have to take all that off again, and you have to take the fork off. You just take shims from side to side. See, you got a pretty good stack of shims on both sides.
Gotcha.
Whoever did it last didn't rob all the shims and put them on some other job. Okay, give it a good torque on it. And that one's ready to go. Okay, so these are the old parts. Wipe the oil off. Jump hole. Bunch of burrs on that tabletop. Need to slide the metal across here. Okay, so now we get our forks back in. And if we're lucky, thing will shift. What's the chance of that happening?
I'm not too sure at this point.
That one works good. This one works good. Well, that's better. It's actually moving now. See?
Yeah. What do you attribute that to?
Just different parts. See, it binds up. We still need to go in there and look at that a little bit, but see, it will bind. See, and if you force it, it'll bend it or break it. It'll still do it, just not as bad. See, this fork's brand new. It's got no slop, and the other one had a little bit of slop,
Right,
and so it
right.
bend over further. It'll bind it up. So, though you nice slippery oil in there, it might work.
Might
just
make
fine.
it just perfect.
See, it was going great, and then see now it doesn't go. So see, it's not consistent. So
Is there anything on the shaft itself?
no, it's not the shaft. It's the clutch on the main. We only got it one particular spline.
Right,
fits,
right.
remember? So I got to look at that a little bit, but it is kind of working. But see, it just doesn't always want to go every time. See, you have to jiggle it, then it'll go a little bit. So, anyway, we're going to play with that a little bit. Okay, so I took out 75% of the problem,
I would say.
but it's still a problem. And it only has to bind up once, and you bend it to cause it to really screw up every time. You might get to the point it'll shift in a high gear, you'll never be able to shift out of it. So we still have to deal with it. Okay, so I'm going to take it apart, and we'll be back.
All right. You want me to come on back?
Yep. Filming. Okay, I stuffed it full of toilet paper in there. Hopefully that keeps the crap out of the bearings, because I can't clean the bearing. I can't get the bearings out. This side here I'm not going to worry about, because I'm keeping it on here. I'm going to grind this side here a little bit. I need to gain a few thou, but not a lot. It's probably only hitting on a few high spots anyway. See how that tooth there looks like it's hitting?
Yeah.
There's probably a couple of these sticking up a couple, 3 or 4 thou above the others. So it shouldn't take much to do what we need. So over here. You see how the toilet paper gets stuck in there and comes out. Good. Alright, I made a nice mess, see? Now everything over here down is full of grit. So I got to clean this off and try to keep the grit out in there. So when I pull the paper out, I'm going to clean it out real quick again with fresh paper and try not to get anything in the bearings. Obviously, if this gets the bearings, it'll destroy the bearings. So that's the bad part about doing this, but we have to, so we have no choice.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to go clean this all up.
This is another project here Tatro's working on.
Oh, more projects.
Which is that frame that's for sale? This one?
No, you want to buy my race bike.
Oh, yeah. And what's wrong with it? What don't you like about it?
The neck.
doesn't look that bad. What, because the lock's out of it? I don't know, it didn't look that bad.
You off?
Yeah, I'm still on.
Huh?
I'm still on.
Can
Yeah.
you go look at the 49 frame back there?
No, what about it?
That's a good frame.
Oh, okay.
10 frame back. Connect your elbow.
This gray one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty nice.
That's what it's close to like.
Oh, I see how it is.
We paid $4,100 for that.
Yeah, 4,100 bucks. Boy, that's nice. Boy, that thing's bitching.
And remove a few broken bolts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tie it off or I'm coming back.
That lock missing out of that wouldn't bother me.
If you're gonna have a race bike, you gotta have a good race bike.
Well, all right. It's just that you're that particular.
Right. You want to do it, you gonna help?
I don't think any got in anywhere.
Yeah, we still probably got some nearby the edge there. Already cleaned it twice. If any gray comes up on here, we know there's a problem. So we got most of it out. Don't feel any on my fingers. You'd feel the grit, it's like having sand or stuff in your hand. It's clean, so I think we do alright in keeping the shit out of there. Okay, I don't know how much I cut off, but at least it's smoother now. Should eliminate that problem, hopefully. What was the other one I had to cut on? Alright, forget what else we're doing there. Is it here, leak here? You know, the frame I want to use is the one that's up in the rack that's got it's got the neck lock in it,
Where was the neck lock at?
but they cut it right through here. They cut the frame right through here and raked it.
Not this one.
The one I want to use. So you're a little bit too close. But this area's all been not touched. They cut it right through up in here and bent the frame back. They got about this much out of the
Oh,
frame
I
on
see.
top.
To rake it.
So there's supposed to be a pin sticking up right here for the steering damper, so they cut the pin out of it. So I got to put the boss back in for the pin, so instead of the pin being here, it's going to be right up against this. And I'll just modify the dash and thing to make it clear. And then the frame right in here, it's got like an S bend in it.
Yeah.
You can really see it from the side, it's like this. But other than that, the frame's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and use that frame, which will give me a little bit more rake for high-speed racing.
Right.
And I doubt if anybody will notice, and they do, well, it was in an accident. I don't know, it's a bent frame.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, it's 50 years old. It was an
Yeah,
accident.
yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Of course, you know, I know one thing about it, but
Yep.
but I'll put the steering damper and all that stuff up on there and do all that. See, this one here, there's no steering damper. This has been all replaced. This has been all cut out in here and replaced because it was all raked and de-raked.
Somebody did that, fixed it.
Yeah, well, I had this done in here and I detailed it out to make it look as good as you can.
Well, it looks,
I had to put all this stuff back in there so it looks stock.
yeah, no,
But
it looks all right.
But it's not stock. The lock goes right here. It's supposed to be a big boss right here. So if you look at that frame, see how they cut that one off?
Yeah.
Look at this one over here. There's one on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like they broke it off with a hammer or something. I'm not
Oh,
sure how
this
they
is
did it.
ugly here.
Well, yeah, that's a crappier job. But see, they didn't put all the stuff back in like I did on mine.
Yeah, but this is all that stuff from the 60s, huh? That
Yeah, well, it's been all butchered.
guys chopped them all up.
So this is just a piece of crap bike to put together and sell, so I didn't care about it. So we're gonna register this motor
Yeah.
and sell it. Then I got the 59 over there. That frame I just bought the other day. It's a really nice looking frame. The case are super clean, nice. No amount of mark on them cases. They are good. So, but I hate swing arm bikes. So. I didn't particularly want to put the 59 motor into an earlier bike, but I'd rather use my 57 for beating up. So let's see this frame's clean. It's got a couple of nicks up in here where it's been hit or something, or maybe that's factory, I don't know. But it's never been butchered or cut or anything. It's a nice, clean frame. And it's a 58 frame. It's got an 8 up here and a number up in here where the hell it's at. So it's a 58 frame, but we got a 59 motor. But that's
Yeah, nice.
So I'll piece this together. So it looked like that red and white bike I just fixed. It had a crappy ass frame in it though.
Yeah?
For your old farts that need suspension,
Yeah, right.
like Alan.
I don't need suspension.
I got my own suspension right
Yeah,
here.
no, I like that. That's way cool.
There's my suspension.
Boy, you did a nice job on this for what you did.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Well,
We glued these back on.
jeez. You know, if it was welded once and welded again, I mean, they built it once.
Yeah. Well, this is original here. See, it still has the cast numbers in it.
Yeah.
We just put the loops in the front because they cut it right here. We just put the piece back in. You know, 3/4 of a donut glued back on.
Where'd you get these?
Made them.
They look good.
They're just donuts.
Usually they cut all this, everything off.
Yeah. It is what it is. So. Yeah, this frame's pretty nice. Other than that, it hasn't been sanded too much on these edges. It's been sanded a little bit here. If you look at the other frame, they're nice and clunky.
This is
chunky.
kind of funky here.
That's stock.
And so this frame, what? $4,000?
Well, I don't really want to sell it, but if
No,
somebody's gonna be
I'm just
$4,000,
saying. Well, and like you said, you could upgrade to something
well, I'll
else.
take the $4,000 and I'll throw another $1,000 in and go buy another frame.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Instead of fixing this one, I'll just
Yeah,
buy one.
I got you.
want.
I got you.
You know, I dug out the primary cover here from home. This is the trash we didn't throw away back in the 70s. See, it's pretty trashy.
We didn't throw away.
Well, we sold all the good stuff off in the 70s for $1 a piece.
Oh, brother.
So this is all original. So this is kind of crap that's on eBay for like $500.
Yeah.
Got in and out of primary cover. So I brought those in to throw in that piece of crap right there.
Yeah.
To register it. But if we want to put this on the 49, this is actually the original primary. But
That's
I
nice.
have to do a lot of work to make it nice.
Ah, you'll fix it up. You'll fix it up.
We bought some Paco crap to use, but we'll make a decision whether to fix it or not.
Yeah, nice.
We never said we were smart around here. Oh, that's what I have to fix next.
What's that?
The other problem. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I need some Chunko lapping compound. That'd be over here in the Chunko department. See, this is a hidden area. Okay, what grit do you want?
Well, it's not that far off.
Yeah, but it's buried. You never see it. You wouldn't know it was here unless I did that. See, this is 120 grit. Some 50 grit. and some 80 grit. That one's almost empty. These are about equal. I'm thinking 80 grit.
That's old school.
That's about the correct amount of grit. 50 grit's pretty chunko.
And you're just going to hand...
See, there's a lapping table under here. So. I can't pick that up. Too much shit on it. There's a lapping table under there I used to lap a lot with. Until I found out it wasn't very good.
Tatro, you're in the lap of luxury.
I actually wore that table out using this 50 grit on it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What did you lap?
Do you know how coarse 80 grit is?
I imagine.
I don't know if I can even put 80 grit in there. We're going to get some 120 grit here. Okay, we're going to that direction over there. I need some filthy ass towels. We are not using these towels. I'm thinking these ones down here I've been saving for special occasions. This is it. This is the special occasion. We got it, Scooby. Now I'm going to run my farm into this damn thing. One of the rags is for me.
Look out, dog.
You didn't call my dog a dog, did you?
I called him a dog.
Oh, jeez. Now for a minute. Okay. Now I can take and grind each one of these splines down a little bit on the OD and see if that takes care of the problem. Or I could put lapping compound on, especially these ones that don't want to fit, and wear it down. I'm going to switch to 120 grit. 120 is pretty chunky. See the grit?
Mm-hmm.
That is some ill chunko. Now you don't want to get this shit anywhere near any kind of a motor. Unless you don't like somebody.
Because it doesn't know when to stop, huh?
It will not stop. It will make a motor bad real quick.
Who was that fella that was talking about that? They think they did that to us.
That was Kelly. There's no thinking about it.
You think they did that? Put it in his motor?
I know they did it.
Why would they do that?
You can see the residue in the motor.
Yeah, but why would they do that?
Pissed off the guy shop that worked on it.
Boy, that's not good karma there at all.
See how tight that is?
God, you can't even get it at all.
That one's not going to happen. Fresh stuff. You can hear it in there, can't you?
Sure, grinding away.
Hopefully whatever the areas it's binding, this will take it down.
It's getting a little better.
Mm-hmm. There's the bad one right there. See, that one still isn't going to go in that spot. And that's the other one. There's two of them right together. Okay, need some new stuff. Need some fresh Chunko in here. You have to worry about cleaning up the old stuff. It's still good. Just add more. That's the spot that wouldn't go before.
Damn it. Boy, nothing comes easy, does it?
This is called manual labor. Even manual wouldn't do this labor. You can see how it works it in now. We just got to get the spots that are making it bind up is all we got to do, but we don't know where those spots are at. And the good thing about this is it's only taking the metal off where it's hitting. It's not taking off like when you grind something, you don't know if you're taking a good spot or a bad spot. That's a tight spot there, see? Work it in. See, the tight spot becomes more of a loose spot, see?
It definitely made a difference.
I think this is the spot it wouldn't go before. Yeah, this is a tight spot right here. Fresh stuff on there, see? Back and forth is what makes it work. So. I'm going this way and then this way on both sides of the spine.
Mm-hmm. Putting a little pressure on, a little preload on.
Yeah, well, you want to work in both ways.
Looks like you about got it.
Just working all the splines in. My hand gets tired from the constant squeezing.
Sure.
My torque wrench is popping there.
Yeah. That's carpal tunnel.
Daniel said something about that.
I had both of mine fixed. Hands were numb all the time.
Yeah, I just got to work them in a little bit.
Until they quit working.
Yeah, whatever.
And you got to get them fixed.
Yeah, just work harder. All right. So our worst spot now works. This is one of the tightest ones right here. See, it works pretty good.
That's a darn sight better than it was.
That's pretty good right now. We'll just keep going until the grit wears down, and see getting a fresh load of grit in there. See. Now, one of the things on sticking the high was it was getting really tight when you got over the outside edge. It still is, but I'm getting it broken in, so it's not too bad. See, it slides on pretty easy now. This is the tightest one right here. So you take the worst one and use that to make it good, because that's the one where it's got all the high spots worked in. Then when you get to the loose one, I think this was the loose spot before, so it's loose pretty far all the way out now. And the one next, this one's really loose here, maybe that was it. I marked it on the end where it was, so I can find it again. Alright, well that's how you do it. Now you got to clean all this off without getting anywhere near your solvent.
Yeah.
So you brake clean the hell out of it, get it cleaned, then you run it through your solvent. And you clean it 3 or 4 more times. Then you scrub it and you blow it.
Because it'll make your motor go away.
If you come up with any gray on anything on your hand, you clean it some more. Because you don't want this crap anywhere near. You can see how chunky it is. Every time I bring the chunks back, it gets hard again.
Yeah.
So the stuff, it lingers. It doesn't go away. You have to work your ass off to make it go away. Now see, it's all gray there, but you can't tell where the high spot were before or not. They're just gone now. Because everything's just all lapped in. But you don't have it, it's not underground. Like
Like if you used a grinding wheel.
Yeah, if you take a sanding wheel, a flat wheel, and went to it, you just tear it all up, that's all you're doing. This here actually makes it work correctly. It just gets off the binding spot. Still got grit on there, so even though it looked clean, you can hear the chunk of grit still in there. That was really
much better.
Well, now It doesn't matter which spline you put on, it works on all of them. Get more of the grit off. Alright, I gotta do some more cleaning.
Okay.